what we talking about. Are you ready to go this Monday route? Are you ready for me? Do you hear? Are you ready to see? We got a lot to talk about tonight. Power Monday. Didn't see yesterday, yeah, and it was Sunday. When I miss a day, just don't feel right. But we gonna get everything to shore up the thing tonight. And I'm bright. Yeah, hold on a second. Just take a second to record. Yo, sit back, respect it. Yeah, the thing was kind of loud. Yeah, I had to turn it down, but we still got a crowd. And I'm feeling kind of good. So we going to get this thing off and get it understood. I would be the best, and I would say that it was not a good time to test. But I know that I will pass the quiz, and you know exactly what time it is. December the 9th. Well, it's kind of the 10th right now, but we're going to rewind it like how we want to, because we got to take care of some family biz. You know what time it is. My name is Sun75. I'm live and I do this thing almost from 9 to 5, but it is 9 to 5. It's really from 2 to 4. And we going to make sure we even up the score. You're in the presence of greatness. Oh. Wait a minute. No, we good, right? We good. All right. I was just making sure. Just making sure, because I knew I got my mic right. I knew I got my mic right before we started, so I ain't worried about that. Where was I? Well, it doesn't really matter where I was. I know that I'm here now, and we're going to make sure that we get the thing down to a science. I'm relying on the things that I know and the things I research. It goes the way I see that. I'm studying, and I make sure that whatever I learn, I tell my buddy, and we spread it out through the community, doing all kinds of things because we achieve unity. I mean, we ain't all united, but I won't bite it if it ever comes through. I feel excited about the future that's coming through for all of us. So I'm going to make sure that we do this thing, and I trust that we are ready to go a cappella. And I'm going to do this like 97 Rockefeller, just getting off the ground. It sounds like I'm ready for this thing. So it's going to go down. And I'm glad that you're down with me. So we're going to talk about tonight. What's up with Jay-Z? What's up with Jay-Z? A lot of people have been waiting for this. The Jay-Z situation. A lot of people have been waiting for this. You know, when P. Diddy went down, a lot of people said Jay-Z is next. And I always wondered why people were feeling that way. Actually, that didn't make me feel good. I didn't think that was a good look. You know, people seeing one black man go down and then waiting for the demise of another one. That's not really the soup I'm looking to eat, but hey, it goes the way it goes. But a lot of people have been waiting for Jay-Z to get his just desserts. Is it because maybe you know of some of his dealings with some of the Rockefeller artists that may have been your favorites and you didn't feel like they were done right by his business dealings? Maybe Dame Dash, maybe the whole situation. But nonetheless, we got a very, very serious situation. Now, I'm going to have to watch my mouth during this show. On some real, I'm going to have to watch my mouth during this show because I know that the way that YouTube treats this thing is very sensitive. So if I happen to say words that I can't necessarily push the envelope for, if I say weird words like unalive or self-delete or SA instead of, I mean, the likelihood that I'll do that is low, but you know, and when you know, you know. So that's how it's going down, man. It's the Daily Go Get a Business show. I'm feeling like a real man shit. I'm glad y'all coming through. We're going to talk about this Jay-Z situation. Who do you believe? Who do you believe? Now, I don't like to get into situations where I question the victim. However, fair is fair. Fair is fair, and you know, if I'm going to report anything, I'm going to report as factually as I can, especially in a situation where we're showing bias wouldn't benefit me or you or anybody else that's trying to figure out this situation. And I don't really like to do shows about celebrities. That's not really my thing. You know, I do it every now and then if it's like a hot, super hot, on fire news news situation, which this is a serious thing, but because this is bigger than just, this is not about somebody cheating on somebody else, or this is not like a soft rumor, mind your business, well, what does it mean to you type of thing. When you talk about sexual assault, you're talking about something that could happen to anybody and will devastate any and everybody who is close to the situation. So it's serious. So what we have here, I said, what we have here is a situation where the super successful Jay-Z, Sean Carter, has been accused of sexual assault. I mean, really straight up rape. According to the affidavit in which the victim describes, she's straight describing him as raping her. So that's a situation. Anybody, now, first of all, anybody can go through that situation, female or male. Anybody can be a victim of that situation. And it often happens to people when they're very young. And the victim in this case was very young. This goes all the way back to the year 2000. And as we close out the rest of this year, do you realize that the year 2000 was a whole 24 years ago? I mean, when you really think about it, it's like, huh? What are we doing? What are we doing? 25 years ago, we were dropping the ball. 1999, talking about, the year 2000 is coming. We don't know if the computers are going to jam up and throw everything in a tailspin. Or are we going to have a dangerous security situation? We didn't know. But that was 25 years ago, yo. 25 years ago. If you had a baby in 1999, that child of yours is 25 years old. So when you talk about Jay-Z, when you talk about P. Diddy, when you're talking about people of that ilk, their heyday, their hottest time, their prime was in the late 90s. That's when they was getting it. Especially when you talk about Diddy, you would think that after the death of Biggie, you would think that it was going to be a wrap for him, but it wasn't. He got involved with other business ventures, and so he was still in the music business, and he was still getting it in any way he could. A hustler is a hustler. You're not going to stop a hustler from hustling. That's what you're not going to do. You can say whatever you want to say. You can do whatever you want to do, but you'll never stop a hustler from hustling. If the hustle is in you, the hustle is going to be all around you. So, yeah, that's what we talking about tonight, Power Monday. That's what we talking about, Power Monday. Yeah, we getting it in. We going to talk about this right now. So let's begin. Are y'all ready to set it? You won't forget it. And even tomorrow, you'd be like, sorrow is something that I feel for the people. That's the victim. But are they really the victim? Are they trying to victim? Are the victims trying to victim? Well, that's what we're going to find out, man. What's up with y'all? T. Carey Wright, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And Matthew Wilson, hello from New Zealand. Yo, Australia always coming through to represent. Appreciate it. Hello, world. What's good, my peoples? What's good? Good to see me some you. Matthew Wilson says life is good. I like to hear that. I don't hear life is good enough. I need to hear that daily. I need a pair of headphones that tell me that life is good every day, all day. Naturalista rap, Naturalista rap, What's up, man? Good to see you. I like your reply on the video that I made yesterday. I appreciate y'all. and all of the insight. I understand and appreciate the things you had to say. Y'all know life gets kind of confusing. I don't know. I don't like to be losing. So sometimes I wonder if I made the right decision, but y'all confirm me now. I understand that decision is going to be the thing that takes me to another place farther than anywhere I've been before. Get out my face. I'ma trace the steps, make sure I don't color outside of the lines. Yo, inside you will find me. The streets don't be calling, still balling. And when it comes to positivity, I'm all in. If there was something I forgot to tell y'all about yesterday, and that's because I didn't have a show, so I couldn't say. It was my 12th anniversary. I no more drinking. Took my last drop on the 8th, 12 years ago. And I know that I'm sober. Yo, clean body. Still the problems come on in. Still trying to win. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, yo, yesterday was my anniversary. Not Monday, but, Sunday. 12 years clean, man. I was a drinker, and I stopped drinking on December 8th, 2012. Never had another drink again. Never even had the urge to. It was kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. And I was kind of glad it went through without me announcing it again, because every year I said I'm not going to announce it no more. I mean, why should I? But every year I get reminded by somebody that, yo, you are an inspiration to those who are still struggling with that. Like, it's a real thing. Whether you're struggling with alcoholism or some other kind of substance abuse or a habit or something like that, it's not easy. It's not always easy for everybody to come to grips with themselves that they have a problem and to actually face the world. Most of us pass away with secrets that we take into the grave, and only reason that we did that is because we don't think that anybody would understand or have any compassion for the things that we have done, whether we did them by mistakes or did them by mistake, were forced into the situations, or made the decision to do it consciously. But you live and you learn. You play with fire, you get burned. And no matter how short the line is, you gotta wait your turn. So things don't always come exactly when you dial them up, but you will be there. And make sure you get yours. Get you a pair. Don't let people stare. And if they stare, ask them what you're looking at, because I'm right here. If you got questions or suggestions, I suggest you get them off of your chest, and I'ma do my very best to answer them for the best of my ability. But I got a lot of power. You can't kill it. See, I'm still here. Everything is good. I'm still trying to raise up the consciousness of my. All right, let's go. All right. James says, hi, brother. We are in San Antonio, Texas. That's what I'm talking about. Well, you in San Antonio. I'm glad that you're here. No doubt. And that's what Lisa Rap says. This whole situation is a mess. Very messy. Extremely messy. So let's work it out. Matthew says, no one would have believed her back then, though. I'm not sure that a lot of people believe her now. If you actually look at the details of the situation, it's sketchy. It's sketchy. This is not an open and shut, easy peasy, like ain't no doubt about it type of situation. This thing got, the story got holes. It got holes. Because first you don't name him in the affidavit, then it's like, oh yeah, Jay-Z too. Like, I mean, they're saying that she took that they gave her some kind of roofie, you know what I mean? Like something that made her forget, something that affected her memory. Now, this is 25 years ago. But you seem to remember a lot of things. Mad details. So what we doing? And I don't like the victim shame. I really don't like to do that. But I know this. I know this, and I'll say this. If anybody did anything like that to any of the women in my life, we're going to handle that right then and there. We're going to do that. A whole lot of time is not going to pass by, because either we're going to handle the situation in real time, or we're going to have to let it go and not let it come back up again. But that's how my support goes. So, I mean, hey, A lot of people were waiting for Jay-Z to be involved in some stuff. I heard people saying it, you know, when Diddy was getting his just desserts or whatever, going through his thing. And I heard a lot of people saying, yeah, Jay-Z is next. Jay-Z is next. I'm like, I don't know if they've been listening to too much Jaguar Wright, you know, because her fans, you know, everybody is guilty. Everybody. Jay-Z, Quincy Jones, Puff Daddy, groups you never heard of, the Slum Village, the Jay Dilla, Common, Kanye West, the Roots, Floetry, the Jazzy Fat Nasties. I'm going underground, you know. Carol, what's her name? I can't remember her name. Don't worry about it. But everybody on, you know, Music Soul Child, Anthony Hamilton, Nia Long, Omar Gooding, and Omar Epps. Was Matty Rich, Spike Lee, John Singleton, may rest in peace, Eddie Murphy, everybody black. And all white people do nothing. And when they go to Jaguar, right? Michael Jordan, Oprah, Tyler Perry, Monique, the Steve Harvey, the Urkel, the boy from Family Matters, Jaguar, right? They all did it. They all did it. They did it to me. They did it to me. And if they did it to me, they'll do it to you. I'm telling you, I'm about to go make I'm going to go make a video now. Matter of fact, you look familiar. So a lot of people been waiting for Diddy to get his. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Earth Angel Polka K. Like that name. What's going on? How you feeling? TK Right says, I checked out mentally once she said that she ran to a gas station in Manhattan. What gas station? Yo, you out of gas. If you out of gas in Midtown Manhattan, man, yo, good luck. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. It ain't, New York City is not like, and when I say New York City, I'm talking about Manhattan. You know, like, it ain't like other cities where you're going to see a gas station somewhere around. It ain't like that. It ain't like that. You know, you know what I mean? You might have to hit that Holland Tunnel, the Lincoln or something. You might have to go to Jersey. You know, you going at the very least, you got to go to Brooklyn. So yeah, that's a little, but it gets deeper. It gets deeper. Randall Delafosse. Okay, so what's this channel about? Well, you've been listening for a while. You get it. Well, we don't normally cover current events, but if it's something that affects the community as a whole, which this situation pretty much does, then, you know, I'll cover it. But I'm not going to cover it like most people will cover it. We're going to talk about a few facts of this case. And then we're going to talk about our relationship with celebrities and why we feel like we know them, or like we can, or like why we feel like we can be sure or unsure of whether somebody is capable of doing something illicit this way. Like, the amount of people that I heard say that that Jay-Z is next. And I'm like, why would you even think like that'd be like when Bill Cosby got locked up, I'd be like, yo, Morgan Freeman is next. Why? Yo, man, you know how them old heads was back in the day, son. You know what I mean? Yeah, Morgan Freeman got to get his. James Earl Jones got to get his. If Cosby got his, he need to start snitching on everybody. You know, it's too late. It's too late for Sidney Poitier, but I know he was a freak. Freaky Sid. Freaky Sid is what they called him. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. Yo, hit the like button. I ain't asked you to do nothing all of a sudden. Just hit the like button. Don't let it pass by you. Don't let it try you. Don't let it look at you. Stare. Poke this eye at you. Just hit the thing. Make sure if it's an eye, you give it, make it be black. Give it a tag. Hit the like button. Only hit it once, because if you hit it twice, you took away your like, and bad advice will befall you. Yo, you just hit the like button. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Okay. All right. Randall says, is this a gossip channel or an uplifting, positive channel? We do not do gossip here at all. Now, I can guarantee you will never hear gossip around. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. All right. TK Wright says, this girl who accused Diddy of assaulting her amended her case to include Jay-Z in the assault. Okay, you going over the facts. Okay, that's what's up. Matthew Wilson says, thank you for your insight, my friend. You talking about T. Carey, right? Okay, that's what's up. All right. Randall says, okay, good. He's going into it now, and he seems like a good brother. Yeah, no gossip on this channel, man. You know how they say you shouldn't use words like hate? Well, I hate gossip. I don't like that. You know, even when I hear little slangs for it, like spill the tea. Like, no, I never even understood what that means. What do you mean spill the tea? What does that mean? What does that mean? Can somebody tell me what that means? All I know is it sounds dumb, and it means sitting around talking shit about somebody when you could be doing something productive, and I don't like that. Nats Release the Rap says, because they all roll together. Yeah, but they not homeboys. They didn't grow up together. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're in the industry, that'd be like saying that because me and somebody I work with, somebody at my job, just because we eat lunch together or we both like to get paid and do overtime, you know, like that. Well, who stole all of the whiteout? And I ain't even talking about the whiteout, you know. I ain't talking about the good whiteout where you roll the whiteout. They stole the roll-on whiteout, and they took the old whiteout. You know what I mean? You know, the dip it, you know, the bottle ain't no whiteout. Every document gotta be the way it is now. They stole the whiteout. Who stole the white? I know who it was. That clique over there. They eat with each other. They do overtime with each other. You know, they talk about what happened when they come back from the weekend. They go to happy hour, and you could tell that they are the type that would steal some whiteout. Where the whiteout? Who took the whiteout? Yo, I got questions. Who took the whiteout? Yo, it's still light out. Yo, I know they took the white out, and I can prove it, even though I didn't see it. I know that they moved it, and I'ma be the one that has to reveal and blow the top off of this thing. And it won't be soft. The kings, they think they kings, but really they just peasants. And I know they told the white out. And I'm not going to lessen the thing that I know for sure, because they the type to do that shit, and they also do a little more. I know you've been wondering who stole all the pins. They got the pins, and I think it depends on which one you're talking about, because one is the lookout. I know they took the white out, the pins, and the books out of the shelf. So the code of conduct, this thing is kind of crazy, and it's... Let's keep it moving. Somebody tell me who got the white out. Who took the white out? Divine Presence 101 says, I believe Jay-Z did exactly what they are claiming. Interesting. I wonder why you say that. What's good, homie? What's up with you? Good to see you, without a doubt. Now, I will say this. Just by sheer evidence of his wife, you know that Jay-Z did not have a problem with dating younger than he is. Because this is a funny thing, though. Because some people say Beyonce is way older than the age that she reports that she is. But I guess that's only convenient when you want to go into the whole, is the first baby hers? We know the second one is, she showed her stomach with the second one. But with the first one is the first, when it goes along with the narrative that you want to paint, then all of a sudden, yeah, no, she's younger than Jay-Z. He was dating a baby. When she was singing, pay my automobile, bills. He ain't had no business dating that girl, which is probably true. Because I think Beyonce say when she was born in like the 80s, or she not claiming to be a 70s baby, right? What year was Beyonce born?
Beyonce was born on September 4th, 1981.
All right. So she was born in 1981 and Jay-Z was born in 1968. Now, even though he was born late 68, December 4th, we talking about at least 12 years on you. Now, when you are in your young 20s, somebody who's 12 to 13 years younger than you is totally off limits to you. They shouldn't even be somebody that you give a look to. So Jay-Z started popping really in 1998. So that would have made Beyonce 17? No. Wait, yeah. That would have made her 17, but that would have made him 29. Well, 30. A whole 30. 1998, he would have been the whole 30. So, you start cutting that pie like a 30-year-old and 17-year-old. By the numbers of the situation, he's 13 years older than her. So we can't say that he's never dated young. And when he was in the beginning, in the prime of his career, he was doing a lot of features. And they used to say that whoever he did a feature was, whatever woman he did a feature with was who he was doing a feature with, Maya. We know it wasn't Mary J. Blige because she would have been considered too old for him if he liked younger chicks. So it's one of those situations. But Foxy Brown. Now, see, the thing about Foxy Brown is she kept changing up her story. So at one point she said, Jay-Z was like a brother. He looked out for me when I was young and we was doing records together and stuff like that. He looked out. Then she'd turn around and be like, yeah, he used to come and pick me up from high school because he was doing it to me. And he was also mentoring me and all of that kind of stuff. Then she'll switch it back like, me and Jay, we close like that. And we was. Then she'll switch it up like, yeah. So him and Jamie Foxx, they was doing it to each other while I was in the room. And they on some old smutty, nasty, nutty. So that's why I named this show The Situation with Jay-Z. Who do you believe? Who do you believe? The victim or do you believe the defendant? So is the victim really the victim? Now, according to the story that's being told, You know, like she claims that she was trying to get into the show. She couldn't get into the show. The limo driver sort of, said, well, look, you wait here and blah, blah, blah. One thing led to another. She goes up in the hotel or Diddy's house or some kind of party or whatever. And, she waits. She goes in the room where Jay-Z and them they was already having sex and all of that. And Jay-Z, she's saying Jay-Z straight laid hands on her, started raping her. And Puffy is trying to get her to give him head, and she like punched him in the neck. All of this after the driver supposedly gave her some drug to mess up her memory. So once she got loose, she called her dad. Her dad came and picked her up. And this is where it really gets ill, because it's like, wait a minute. If your dad came and picked you, hold on, what did you tell your dad? Like, yo, I went to a show, what, by yourself? What, you 13? You want to shows by yourself? Like, I was 13 when the Fresh Fest came out. I ain't go to Fresh Fest by myself. You know what I mean? Anybody, any old schoolers out here, remember the Fresh Fest? We talking Run DMC, Fat Boys, Houdini, Nucleus. Y'all might have forgot about Nucleus. A jam on it. I said the jam on it. Yo, Megatroid. Yeah. But yeah, so that seems like a really young age to be going somewhere, going to a show by yourself, and you didn't even have like a ticket, or you wind up at the hotel room. You taking rides, like what happening? What's happening? And keep in mind that this is 25 years ago, or at the minimum, this is 24 years ago. Now, y'all tell me, even traumatic events, when the adrenaline is running all crazy through your mind, how many things do you remember in detail from 20 years ago? Even 9/11, you know how one of those popular questions are, like, what were you doing when 9/11 hit? When the planes hit the towers, what was going on? Now, do you remember all the details from what you did that day? Because it happened pretty early in the morning, around 9 o'clock. Around 9 o'clock. So if you don't really remember what happened that day, which is such a memorable day in our history, when something bad happens to you, sometimes you can't remember faces. You might not remember times. You might not remember a whole lot of things. We 33 minutes in. We about to put our uniform on. Okay, hold on. What we got? All right. Divine person. Okay, next release says Randall. I twerk. He freestyles. I'm sorry. He's still positive though. Yeah, you positive too. You the most positive twerker I know. Twerk away. Jeff Guapo. What up? What up with you? He says it don't matter. Gay protection, guilty. They was all doing weird shit. I don't deny that. But did you do what you were accused of? That's the question. Divine President says, I reckon Jay-Z did do wrong to a 13-year-old simply because a 13-year-old would not forget such a famous face, even if she forgot the time. Jay-Z being friends with Diddy and whoever else. I don't know about the association thing. I just don't know. I don't know. Natural Lisa Rap says he messed with Aaliyah and Rihanna when they were young teens. I can't deny that. Like, I'm not going to deny that he has had some dealings with some young girls. But 13, like Rihanna wasn't no 13, 14, or even 15, 16 when she was, she might have been around 16, 17, when she was signed to signed the Def Jam, that Ponder Replay shit. I never thought she would have blew up. I'm like, Ponder Replay, this shit ass. This shit is ass. It's ass. It's garbage. She'll never make it. Next thing you know, Umbrella, Ella, I was like, yo, she's gonna be a superstar. Said Foxy Brown was 15. Yes, she was. Sitting here counting money, Jeff. Okay, Jeff says, man, Carrie sold their kids out and turned a blind eye. Yeah, a lot of parents did that. Divine Presence says, maybe it's wrong to read Jay-Z this way, but I feel he looks like someone, don't do that. He looks like someone who would allow himself to do such a wrong. He looks like a bad person. Maybe I read well, or maybe don't do that, man. Don't do that. That's not fair. You know, you straight profiling the kid. You know, that's not cool. That's not cool. DK Wright says he legit used to scoop her. Yeah, no doubt. She said he used to come scoop her in the Lex. DK Wright says, that being said, I don't know that this girl is telling the truth. Divine says, like, looking at your face, you look like a genuine man, a good man, an honest and caring man. Not everybody believes that. Not everybody looks at me that way. You know what I mean? Especially when I get angry, they say my face changes and it's this little Jekyll and Hyde type of thing. I don't believe them, but people be saying it. All right. Jeff says, I don't believe in accusations. I do believe that they did some weirdo shit and been doing weirdo shit. I think so too. Devon says, Jay-Z be looking like a bad man, a man who would lie, a man who would do wrong if he had the chance. Why did your father let you out? Oh, wait, if he had a chance even to underage girls. TK Wright says, why did your father let you out at all, miss? Yo, if y'all go ahead and read, okay, let's read some of the details of the case. Let me read some of the details of the case because it's interesting. All right. Which one? Okay, let's go to this one. All right. All right. Let's see. A new lawsuit accuses music moguls Sean Carter, born as Jay-Z, and Sean P. Diddy Combs of raping a 13-year-old girl more than 2 decades ago. Both music moguls deny the accusations. All right, let's go into it. Just give me the story, yo. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't. All right, let's do this one. All right. Carter is being accused of participating in a rape with disgraced music mogul Sean Diddy Combs back in 2000. Combs is currently in jail waiting trial on sex trafficking charges. NPR music correspondent Sidney Madden has been covering the ongoing lawsuits against Combs and has more. And as a warning, this story contains descriptions of sexual violence. So, Sidney, let's get into all of this. All right, let's get into the details. So first, for some context, right now there's more than two dozen civil lawsuits filed against Diddy, dating back 30 years and alleging sexual misconduct and abuse of power. This latest suit is actually a refiling of one submitted to court back in October in New York City. At the time, an unnamed plaintiff accused Combs of raping her at a mansion after party when she was just 13 years old. This allegedly happened after the September 2000 MTV Video Music Awards in New York. The Jane Doe plaintiff claims that in her lawsuit, when she entered the party, she was instructed to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Then she took a drink and began to feel woozy. She went to go lay down in a bedroom where she claims Combs and two other unnamed celebrities followed her. That's when she alleges the three people undressed her and she was, quote, held down by celebrity a male who vaginally raped her, while Combs and celebrity B, a female, watched, and, quote, Combs, celebrity A, and celebrity B took turns raping her before she escaped. Now the lawsuit has been refiled and amended to name Sean Carter as celebrity A, and the victim is seeking an undisclosed amount of damages. Okay. All right. Now, what I'm reading, they didn't go into the other article that I had more details about exactly how it went down. But what I think is interesting about this whole thing is Jay-Z is firing back. Like, Diddy pretty much let the lawyers speak for him. And sometimes that's a good thing, especially if you're guilty. And if you are innocent, people probably want to see you actually speak up for yourself. In our minds, we feel like you shouldn't have a problem easily defending yourself if you didn't do it. What people don't take into account all the time is that sometimes, even though you may not have been the one who did something, you may have been in the vicinity of those who did do something that was inappropriate. And it might be hard for you to totally distance yourself from the situation, even though you may not be the full guilty party. So it can get a little dicey. For example, let's say you and your man went to the store. You went to the store, you bought a sandwich, paid for your sandwich, soda, potato chips, whatever. And your man, he went in there and he stole a pack of cookies, some Pringles, and a dill pickle. I don't know. He gets caught. Now, you didn't know your man was going to steal something. But you saw, while you paying for your stuff, you seeing him stealing stuff. So it's like, I ain't gonna be like, yo, dude, I got money, you ain't gotta steal nothing. Because that's gonna shine a light on him. So you might have been thinking like, all right, we'll handle that business later on. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna get out of this store and then we'll handle our business later on. So that might not be the best example, but it's an example of how you can be close to a situation and it might be hard for you to explain your way totally out of the situation because you were there, but you ain't do it. Because then when we talk about sexual assault, people going to ask, well, yeah, you ain't do it, but you ain't say nothing about it. That's the problem, son. You ain't say nothing about it. So why you want to protect somebody who did something like that? Now, let's suppose that neither of them did it. If it's possible, I would like for that to be the situation. Even though I'm not a P. Diddy fan, but I don't like to see any black man get caught up in this bullshit because it always seems like we've been put in situations where we can't be trusted with money, power, fame, influence. It always seems like the black man can't be put in situations where he can be trusted, where he can show that he has integrity when he has a lot of money and influence. And I reject that notion because I know it's not true. But those are my reasons that I hope that it's not true. Now, do I know that it's not true? Hell no. Sometimes I've been accused of shit and sometimes the story sounds so good. I'd be like, damn, did I do this shit? But anyway, so I got my uniform on, y'all. I got my struggle beads. I said, got my uniform and my struggle beads. I said, I got my uniform, got my struggle beads. Now it's time for y'all to choose y'all. So, cow bones. For all of y'all who are new to the show, we wear our uniform. These are genuine cowbone necklaces. I'm going to let y'all wear one too. So choose out of the three. This is the one. Do you want the one? Or some people already know how to play this game. So do you want the one on the left? This is the one on the left. Huh? Nice. Nice, nice. This is the one in the middle. The middle. And this is the one on the right. What do y'all think? On the right, are you feeling it tonight? Which one? So what we got? We got one for the left, one for the middle, one for the right. Is that it? No, we got two for the right. We got two for the right. We got two for the right. Okay. So we got two for the right. If we get one more for the right, then we going with the right. And this would be the right. So we got two for the middle now. Two for the middle. What up, Eddie Jones? What's good? Wait. We got three for the middle. We got three for the middle. Boom. That would be this one. They came out with the three first. It's like the treacherous three. You know what I mean? Kumo D, LA Sunshine, and Special K. All right, so stick your neck out. No Diddy. Stick your neck out. Got you. Have y'all looking good over here. Y'all looking good over there. Hold on. Let me give you the ocular proof so you can see how you're looking tonight. Wait a minute. Boom. It's a good look. Well, look at you. Look at you looking good. Real good. You know what I mean? Ladies, you're looking fly. You're looking pretty. You're looking beautiful. You're looking lovely. You're looking elegant. You're looking sweet. You're looking sexy. Brothers, you're looking handsome. You're looking debonair. You're looking suave. You're looking smooth. You got your soft stuff on. Everybody looking good tonight on the DG show. Yeah, you're rocking with, oh, I thought you knew. Now you know. Yeah, looking real right. Yo, looking kind of bright. Yeah, you fly the kite. That's how you get. That's how high. And y'all looking what? FLY. That spells what? Fly. Yeah, take a screenshot. I'll give you what you got to take a screenshot because you like it a lot. All right. You ready? All right. So, all right. All right. Let me do this just for a second. Let me do this for a second. For a second. Yeah. Had to summon those ancestors, baby. Had to summon those ancestors. Now we ready. I was flying without a net because without my ancestors, I have nothing. I have nothing, nothing, nothing if I don't have you. So let me ask y'all a question real quick. Let me ask y'all a question. Why have so many people been waiting for Sean Diddy? For Sean Carter, Jay-Z, for Sean Jay-Z Carter to get his. I mean, you can feel some kind of way about the way he did Dame Dash, the way he handled the whole Rockefeller record situation, him with Beans, if you a state property fan, the way he fumbled the ball with Petey Crack. And a lot of other artists or whatever, I can understand feeling some kind of way about that, but that has nothing to do with sexual assault. When we start talking about your business dealings, as far as your points, your publishing, things related to finances on the business front, that's one thing. But when you start talking about the likelihood that somebody may have taken physical advantage of somebody, then we start going to another tier, a different level. We start elevating as far as illicit behavior is concerned, and character really starts to come into play. Now, one thing about Sean Carter, Jay-Z, is he has seemed to worked hard to make sure that people don't know him very well as far as the public is concerned. He's done a lot of work in that vein. If you really think about it, as public of a figure that he has always been, he always kind of kept his cards close to his vest. So it was almost one of those things where if you didn't see him do it, you couldn't necessarily prove it. Even with his business dealings, you know, I did a mixtape. I did some mixtape material with PD Crack in 2006. The end of 2006, the beginning of 2007, around that time. I was at PD Crack house. He had a little condo up at Broaden in Washington Ave. And he was telling me, because this was around the time when Rockefeller Records had already broke up, and he was still rocking with Jay. And he was saying, like, you know, Jay-Z was supposed to retire, but he didn't retire, and he wants to be the one to have all the fame. He want to make all the records, and PD Crack's project is being shelved, and that's why he was making a mixtape instead of working on his album. So that's how I was able to get some direct insight into the business dealings of Jay-Z, because I was working with somebody who was directly signed to him. Now, I didn't know PD Crack from a can of paint. I met him after a show where I auditioned for Def Comedy Jam. He liked what I was doing, and he wanted to get me on his tape. So that was a chance encounter, but it gave me a little window to how some of things were going over there at Rock Nation. And Rock Nation hadn't even been developed yet, because this was 2006. So it was still the residue coming off of Rockefeller Records. Just because somebody will jerk you on a record deal, or because you don't understand contracts before you sign them, doesn't necessarily mean that you are privy, or you will be subjected to sexual assault. You know, is one thing doesn't always have to do with another thing. So you know how they say if you're a thief, you're a liar. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you might have to lie and say you didn't steal something, but if you switch it around and you say if you're a liar, then you're a thief, I'm not so sure. You might be lying in order to get attention. You know, telling big fisherman stories and things like that. Doesn't necessarily mean that I can't leave the 2024 version of Call of Duty Black Ops 6 around you because you might steal it. So for me personally, I have to be careful when I start to think about trying to hold somebody accountable because of my intuition. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I don't trust my intuition. I trust what I see, what I hear, and what I know. My intuition, shoot, if I was to follow my intuition, I would be winning the lottery. I ain't got time to be worrying about what no celebrities are doing, or even anybody else, co-workers, friends, family, and nothing. I would be like, yo, I need these. You know how your mom or your grandmom used to buy those numbers books back in the day? You know, when you went to the market and just before you was about to check out, they had the crossword puzzle books. You know, they had People Magazine, TV Guide, and they had these dream books, lottery books. Yo, if you use these numbers, you guaranteed to win the lottery. Well, my mom used to buy them shits. If my intuition was all of that, I wouldn't need them lottery books. Okay. All right. Y'all talking, man. You know, I'm not gonna have a chance to read all of y'all comments, but I want to tell y'all that I appreciate y'all coming through to the show. I appreciate it for real, for real. I'm gonna make sure that everybody gets shout out though. Peace to Jeff Guapo, Divine Presence, Cheryl Halsey. Yo, extra special thanks to you, Cheryl. I appreciate you. And Eddie Jones, what up? Thanks for your vote too. With the necklaces. My man Mandrake is all up in the house. My dude Mandrake was good, my dude. Good to see you. Matthew Wilson. Pavan Kumar was good. Jen Ramirez. And she says Jay-Z is busted. Word. All right. Mandrake says thieves are more direct. Usually you know they're a thief. Liars are sneaky. Man, all I know is this. I wasn't there. So we have to either take the account of the alleged victim. But I will say this. Jay-Z is going in. He's going in on their lawyers like, oh, yeah. Well, I want to face my accuser. You say I did it. I say I ain't do it. So let's face off. And I have to say that it's refreshing for me to see that kind of energy instead of hiding in the cut. Like, I ain't going to say nothing. I hope this just goes away. And he's saying, I'm not paying nobody. You ain't getting a single cent. I'm like, yo. You think that I'ma make it go away? You ain't getting 25 million like Michael Jackson today. You can say I did anything you want, but I ain't going out like a sucker or a pimp or a stunt. But I ain't mean to say pimp. I meant to say simp. No, not the type that walks with a limp. I'm talking about the type that give anything you want, even if you ain't nothing but a whole ass stunt. Well, there's something for everybody. There's a lid for every pot. Yo, whatever you got, yo, it's a little, a lot. The plot thickens. Yo, you in a lot of trouble. Yeah, you little dickens. I don't know what Jay did. Did he really do that? I hope he wouldn't do nothing like to a 13-year-old kid. But the possibilities are endless because it gets crazy in Hollywood. It's kind of scandalous. Well, that's not my world. I thought it would be one day, but right here is where I stay. And I feel it's kind of safe so we can talk about it. Let's go through it. Let's get all into it. I don't know. I want to make that perfectly clear throughout this whole exchange between us. I don't know. I'm curious. I swear, if this wasn't sexual assault, I wouldn't give a shit. I really wouldn't. I wish this was the cookie cutter. Oh, he cheated on Beyonce. I'd be like, yeah, well, people get cheated on every day, B. But when you start talking about sexual assault, now I gotta be thinking about all of my young nephews, nieces. I gotta be thinking about my daughter. I gotta think about my sisters, my mom, my aunties, my girl cousins, my homegirls I grew up with, classmates, co-workers, my girl, my wife and my girl. Like, I wouldn't want that to happen to either one of them. But anyway, that's something that crosses all community lines, all cultural lines. We can't have somebody out there or a group of people out there taking the booty away. We can't have that. I can deal with a lot, and I have. I've dealt with thieves. I've dealt with liars. I've dealt with drug addicts. I've dealt with drug dealers. I've dealt with gangsters. I've dealt with thugs. I've dealt with ne'er-do-wells. I've dealt with jailbirds. I've dealt with ratchet, hood rat chicks and all that. I've dealt with all of that. All right, you take the good with the bad. You put them on a scale, and sometimes Sometimes they weigh heavy, sometimes they a little bit light, sometimes it almost balances out. But when you start talking about sexual assault, it's like this. Sexual assault is heavy. And I wouldn't care if you was my son, my brother, my dad. I'm not co-signing nobody who does that. I can't do it. But it's a sensitive matter, and you have to be sure that somebody did or didn't do that, because it's too devastating the consequences are too devastating, and to be accusing somebody who didn't do it. We're talking about more than just jail time. You're talking about a stigma that carries, that goes along with you for the rest of your life. Having to be registered as a sex offender for the rest of your life, man, that ain't cool. That ain't cool. Many cats have gotten caught out there that didn't do it. Or let's say you was 18 years old and your girl was 16 and you caught a statutory. It happens. But this ain't what we talking about. What Jay-Z and Puffy have in common is that they only a year apart. Jay-Z born in 68, Puffy born in 69. I was born in 70s, in 1970. So these are my peers. They would be my homeboy. They would be the ones that I threw a football or caught a football from back in the day. The kind I would, hit a tennis ball with a baseball bat. That type. So this is serious shit. We talking about some Generation X's out here. We don't get down like that, do we? Thought we was the last great generation. So I don't, So I know for me, it feels a little personal, but I'm not going to let you just get away with it. I'm not going to act like it ain't when it is. I ain't going to act like it wasn't when it was. Mandrake says Jay-Z defended himself instead of trying to throw hush money at the accuser is something which makes me doubt if it happened. We don't know though. Yeah, because it could just be a strategy. And we have to be aware of that. We have to be cognizant of these kind of things. He could be making a whole lot of noise and be the one that did it. Oh, hell no. Shit. If you got a whole team of people that all have something to lose and ain't nobody gonna tell, especially the people who haven't been named yet, they don't have no motivation to tell. So you could be hooting and hollering and all of that shit, threatening to name names if certain people don't start defending you. You never know. So I'm not gonna go out on a limb and say, yeah, it ain't no way he did it if he's acting out this way. Cause shit, I don't know what kind of thieves y'all knew in y'all lives, but I've known the type that would steal your shit and have it right in their pockets and empty their pockets, and the money be right there. They'd be like, that's not your money. I'm dead serious. Empty out their pockets with your money, and by the time they empty their pockets with your money, they done reconfigured it. So it ain't the same knot you had. They stole your knot, but now, like, your knot had all of the big bills on top and all of the small bills in the middle for counting purposes. They done reconfigured the knot where, like, it's fives on top, hundreds in the middle, 20s on the lower layer. You know what I mean? They got like, yo, this can't be your money. This is my money. This is my money. I won this money in a crap game. And you looking at the knot like, is that not mine? That knot. You mean to tell me that knot is not? That not? The not? So a thief, a good one, or a liar, a one who has practiced, the kind that can look you right in your eye hole. No, I ain't do that shit. I would never do that. You know you my man. Come on, dog. Look, yo, let me help you find this shit, because, you know, I don't want nothing to happen to you, and I would never, ever put you in a situation where shit would get messed up like that. So what we gonna do is we gonna find who did do it. We gonna handle that type of situation, huh? Everything gonna be all right. You got all right. So let's roll. Yeah, that part right there. That's those are the type cats I'm familiar with. So I said so. So you still got to keep your head on a swivel. Divine says, I just feel like Sean Carter is just super smart, much smarter than the rest of them. Jay-Z has no option but to act the best way possible. Like you say, he wasn't to he wasn't to defend himself. Wait, but he's smart as fuck. Okay. Just karma has turned the tables and he didn't expect it. But I think he did expect it, because I'm sure he has his ears to social media and stuff like that. He has people who will come back and tell him what people were saying. And I know he had to hear that people were saying things like, yo, Jay-Z is next and all of that. So he had to have prepared himself in some kind of way for this fall that may come. I mean, think about it. If he's that smart, if he's as smart as we say he is, and I don't know how smart Jay-Z is. A lot of times we consider somebody to be smart because they're good in business. And I guess that takes a certain amount of intelligence. But when I say smart, I don't know. I know one thing. I know he didn't graduate high school. Doesn't mean that you're not smart, but it does mean some things. You know. So sometimes people's intelligence comes out in different ways. And it can come out in a positive way, it can come out in a negative way. And there is a case to be made that he uses his intelligence for negative things. I mean, he sold drugs all throughout his teenage life and part of his 20s. He did that. He was he talked about it all the time. His first album, the whole Reasonable Doubt thing was about his criminal activity as a drug dealer. He used to rock that. He wore that dope boy badge as a badge of honor. Get money, baby. All right. Jeff Guapo says, yeah, this accusation is very questionable. It's just how it starts though. We saw Diddy get sued for decades, then finally get charged. Says two or more witnesses, but shit, we all experience something without having witnesses. True. Mandrake says, as someone who grew up around people trying to get me thugging, there's something uniquely evil about harming someone with SA, sexual assault. It makes or breaks lives. Facts. Damn, Jeff said, shout out to Son for giving us this late night content. I appreciate it. We here at 2:00 every night, son. We here at 2:00 in the morning. We do this late. Mandrake says, I can handle thugs, not rapists, though. Facts, man. We on the same page with that. Make sure y'all hit the like button, man. We should have more than 15 likes up in here. You know what I mean? It's 3:10 in the morning on the East Coast. We could do better than 15 likes. And share the show too, because it should be more than 17 people in here. You know what I mean? People up, they at work, got insomnia. All those people who claim, yo, man, I don't be sleeping at night. I'll be having insomnia, son. I've been up for like 132 hours, son. I may never sleep again. You know what I mean? Even my dreams be having insomnia. Every time when I fall asleep for a few minutes, I catch a quick cat nap or whatever, I'll be dreaming I'm awake. Well, where you at? Because here we are at 3:10 in the morning. You should be here making these numbers chunky. These numbers should be getting, you know what I mean? They should be getting stout. They should be stout. But we doing what we doing. Jeff says, nah, Mr. Mandrake, how are you okay with forcing yourself upon another without being without consent? Nah, he ain't say he ain't that's not what he said. That ain't what he said. I know he didn't say that. Matthew Wilson says, thug, truly humble under God. That's a pretty good spin. I like it. It's a pretty good spin. Divine says, real heartless liars. Jeff Guapo says, Jay-Z from Brooklyn. Brooklyn, y'all, them niggas are liars from way back then. Marcy, son. Bed, do or die. Stand up. Derek says, Jesus is king, my brother. Okay, cool. In Jesus, we should all have refuge. Cool. Mankind is king. Trust in your human brothers, not gods above. It's about to go down. All right. Divine Person says, most of us did, to be honest. If you from poverty or the hood, but they get hold of power, then most men ain't going to see in their stretch. Ain't going to see in their stretch of 50 to 100 years. Jay-Z and Beyonce give bad vibes and energy. Well, I think part of their bad vibes or energy come from the fact that you know that they always have their mind on the money. And one thing about somebody who is the consummate businessman in all of their dealings is you start to believe that they probably never act on their true emotions, because all of their true emotions seem to be tied to some kind of number, some type of financial gain. So I can understand why people would question his motives. And that's why I also think it's important for us to really get to know a person before we start accusing them or saying that they are likely to have done this, that, or the third, because it's dangerous. You know, so many people have done years and years in prison for mistaken identity or setups, or because they couldn't afford good legal counsel, or because of bad detective work, police work, private investigator work, prosecutorial misconduct, all kinds of stuff. So and I'm sensitive about that. I don't like that. I don't like the thought of having to sit in the box for years and years and years. There aren't too many things I consider to be a waste of time and a waste of years of life than being in jail. That's not one of those things that I see as being constructive in any way. I know some people go to prison and they get their degrees and all of that shit. Fuck that. If I don't get my degrees where I'm free, then my degree ain't worth nothing. You know? I don't want to be in a situation where I'm institutionalized that way. You know, so and we have examples of people who were accused of murder, sexual assault. I mean, look at the Central Park Five. Look at the Central Park Five back in the 80s. You know, that's why I never forgave Donald Trump for that. And for him not to apologize. Not acceptable. Not acceptable. I can't let you off the hook for that. That's not. 5 young black men accused of raping a woman, and it took them years of being in jail before they were fully exonerated. And, you know, for the person who was instrumental in getting them incarcerated, well, you know, not just accused, but in getting them prosecuted and sentenced to prison, Never came back and said, listen, I was passionate about it. I really thought that y'all did it because of the details that were put out there. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I played a part in that, and I'm glad that it wasn't y'all who did it. For you to hold on to it, like, man, I still think they did it. I'm like, but when it's you, and they say that you've done all of these crimes and you get impeached twice, and then they talking about how you are showing top secret information and all that kind of stuff. When people say that it's likely that you've done things because you've been caught red-handed doing other things, but you don't appreciate that, though. One good turn deserves another. Okay. Well, I'm just saying. I don't know. Let me see. Oh shit. Mandrake says there's a Roman saying, fiat justitia et peret mundus. It means let just happen, or the world will die. And innocent people being locked up isn't bringing justice. It isn't. Divine Presence says Biden will let him off the hook by pardoning him. Well, shit, he ain't got a long time to be able to pardon nobody. That's what Pablo said. Trump, Biden, Kamala, Jay-Z, Diddy, and everybody else is the same kind of people doing the same weird shit. Nah, levels. I don't think they was doing the same weird shit. They got different rituals for different jobs. Hollywood different. That record industry, that entertainment industry, and politics ain't exactly the same. Ain't exactly the same. You know what I mean? Different platform. Debo Harson says they are all aware at the best, at the least. I can't say one way or another. I wouldn't deny that though. And Mandrake says all the rich are freaks. Some are definitely more freaky. Well, I mean, like the poor ain't freaks. But since we talking on a late night tip, well, let's see. Who do you think are more freaky? The rich or the poor? Real quick. As many people who are in the chat who are still participating, what if y'all had to choose and only choose one? Who would you say are more sexually freaky? The rich or the poor? Doom 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 doom. Which one? Is it the poor or the rich? 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 Now, which one would y'all say? Mandrake says the rich, definitely. Chef Guapo says the rich freaks pay the poor freaks. Rich folks paying a dude to blast your girl while you rubbing it out is just diabolical. I'll say this. I'm going to say the poor are way more freaky. Way, 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 way more. I will say that the rich seem to be more freaky because they're more willing to pay for it. They're more willing to pay for their freakiness, and they're willing to pay to keep it on the low. So that's, to me, that's why they have the cloak of seeming like they're more freaky. But if the rich are so freaky, how come the poor are always the ones having all the kids by different people? How come the poor are always the ones you hear about eating ass and all that old crazy shit? See, the rich, they have orgies. The poor, they run trains. So the rich, they pay for something strange to be done. The poor, they do something strange for some change. Look at the strip joints in the rich spot. They call gentlemen's clubs. Look at the stripper spots in the hood. First of all, they be butt ass naked. Butt ass naked in the strip club. All that old nasty ass, all that nasty juice on you. That's why when you go to the strip clubs in the hood, you gotta wear sweatpants. Don't wear none of your good pants. Them lap dances going, yeah, son, yeah, get the juice on you. You gonna go home with the juice. Might be, if your girl at home, it might be a good idea for you to change. Leave out of your house in slacks. Throw on some sweatpants when you get in the car or at the spot. You know what I mean? Leave them sweatpants in the car. And put your slacks back on when you go in the house. Make sure you put them those sweatpants in the laundry. The girl be like, yo, you been fucking in this car? No, yo, baby, I swear I haven't. But I did go to strip club. Oh, you fucked a stripper? No, I didn't. I swear I didn't. But she gave me a lap dance with a dirty and a twat, but she did Summer's Eve today. This night she did Summer's Eve. I ain't want to come in the house smelling like the absence of Massengill. I'm sorry. Borges says it's no poor or rich, it's personality. I say it's the poor. That's what I say. Mandrake says power corrupts the mind, and they have the most power. Yeah, but they don't have the most time to be freaky. With the poor, they got time. The rich, people think people who are rich just sit around and getting paid all day chilling. No. You got all kinds of appointments you got to make. The poor, you go to work. The rest of the day is freak time. You can be a freak all the way until you go back to work. So you work 8 hours a day. You got 16 hours of freak time. You rich. You ain't got time like that. You just don't. Your time is spent, trying to add on, trying to keep that generational wealth going. Jeff Guapo says, okay, with the strip club thing, the rappers be in those clubs just for that. The rappers ain't in there as much as the regular townsfolk are. Regular hood niggas. Some underground spot with a chick putting a whole 64 ounce malt liquor jug in a pussy. Like, how you do that? That shit bigger than a baby. I don't know, man. I don't know, son. I don't know. Mandrake says the average rich person is freaky. The average poor person isn't. Well, I disagree with that. I guess it depends on where you're poor at. Shit. I remember, no disrespect, but I remember when I was little and I used to see places where they had famine in the world. There was a time when Ethiopia was very, very poor and they were showing, starving Ethiopians and shit. And you saw Ethiopians never stopped procreating. They was poor and starving. A whole famine, and they was still fucking during the famine. Famine and fucking. So hungry, famine and fucking. Hungry, famine and fucking. So hungry, I said it's famine and fucking. So hungry, famine and fucking. So hungry, famine and fucking. Gotta get it on, yo, the procreation don't stop. I got the cock and I'm gonna run up in the V. You see me? Yo, 1 + 1 = 3 when I make sure that the cum goes in ye. And you know how it's gonna be. And y'all really think it's just straight sex? That shit be crazy. Coming all at your neck. Yo, no disrespect, but I'm just letting y'all know the poor knows how to connect. All right. Okay, Borges Awakening says, and depending on how you were raised in an environment that you live on. Okay. Debo Harson says rich people also marry fresh 18-year-olds, most of whom they've watched grow up themselves. Oh, only the rich do that? You sure? I think the poor invented that. Shit. The poor don't be waiting until you 18. They wait until until your titties start growing. I'm sorry. Debo says 64 ounce. Hell no. Yes. Hell yes, sir. Yes. Oh man. Debo says, now this I agree with. It's not just the poor who are freaky. It's a combined effort of all freaks on earth. Man, you either is a freak or you ain't a freak. And Jeff Guapo says, that's nature. It's a difference between regular procreation and being a sexual deviant. Well, a freak is a freak. A freak is not necessarily a sexual deviant. It might be somebody who like to fuck a lot in different ways. Like instead of the average 3 holes, they might be trying to create a 4th hole or have an affinity for a specific hole that is not the procreation hole. The freak is not in the sex act. The freak part is here. I mean, think about it. Fucking is fucking, but the freak part is here. It's here. So I know they're gonna flag this video. I ain't even gonna sweat it. They flagging this. By the way, y'all, dag. Did you know that you can call into this show? Man, I'm all right. Y'all can call into this show, man. You can get on the mic and speak your shit. And the phone lines have been open all since we've been talking. So the number to call is area code, and the number is, check it out, is 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. Call 319-527-6199 and I will get you right on the air. We are talking about this Jay-Z situation. Who do you believe? Who you gonna believe? What a tangled web we weave when first we choose to deceive. Talking about the Jay-Z situation. Who you believe? Yo, somebody ain't telling the truth. Somebody might be telling a lie for a piece of the pie, but I gotta put my faith in somebody. I'm just glad that I'm not involved in this situation with no hottie or body. Yo, things get real ugly when they are illicit. And you gotta spill the tea and talk about that shit. Now, whether it's true or lies, I might believe you or the other guy, but I won't be shy about my opinions. I think it's bad to ever take something from somebody sexually, whether you had another notion thinking that they might have even wanted. She's a young girl, 13 years old. And the 100, this is bad. This is terrible. And if it's true, then he is somebody that I probably would never listen to. Well, I know the tables have turned. We all gotta learn. We gotta make sure that we get this money and earn. But this is bigger than your pockets. We got locked things on the whole kind of key. And what's it gonna be? My man, Info Spot 411. What's going on, my dude? How you feeling? How you feeling, my dude? Debo Harson says, damn, I might call in after work if you're still up. Well, this will be going. We over on the East Coast. We're on the East Coast, so it's 3:32. We will be ending this show in 28 minutes. So we got till 4 o'clock. So but we here every night at 2 a.m. So, yo, what up? David Figueroa, Senor Figueroa, what's going on, my dude? Good to see me some you. You already know. Boys is waiting. It says about Diddy, Jay-Z is now questioning what happened before them. Where are the others? Well, see, to me, it seems like that's how Jay-Z got pulled into this shit. You are accusing one person and then you bring in these other people. What we doing? And we want to know who else saw it. Trust me, man. This is 24 years ago. Cats feel like they got away with shit. They ain't trying to stick their nose in this shit. Don't nobody want to rehash this shit. I know they don't. So we also have to be mindful that there could be financial motives behind it. Let me ask y'all this. And I know that sometimes y'all a little light on answering questions, but let me ask y'all this straight up and down. When Michael Jackson was accused, the original Michael Jackson, sexual assault thing or whatever with minors, inappropriate relationship with minors. The first case, the one that he paid the $25 million off. Do you think that he actually did it? Do you think that he did it at all? Whether it was the first one or any of them? Do y'all think so? Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, no, maybe so. I know that Mike had to go through it and it was hard. And I think that got him a little closer to God. But yo, you got to fight through the things because people will take you down, and Illuminati is always around. Now, when it comes to Illuminati, do they respect brown bodies? I don't think they do. But when they talking to you, when you get a little shine and a gold mine and a gold watch and a gold car and gold shine, yo, you know that they are coming through and you got to pay them off if they gave something to you. All right. Edward Santiago, Edgardo Santiago says highly likely. You're talking about Michael Jackson. Okay. Debo says, I do not think so. Okay. And Borges says, I don't believe Jackson ever did it. Okay. Debo says, however, I won't put it past anyone who works in Hollywood or show business. I don't know. I like MJ, so I want to say no, but it's sadly possible. Matthew Wilson says, I agree with Mandrake. See, and the reason I asked that question is because Mike maintained his innocence throughout the rest of his life. And I know that was a sore spot for him. Do y'all remember when he moved away? He moved away from the United States for a while. Remember? I think he went to Africa or Asia or somewhere like that. He was like, yo, man, I ain't gotta fuck with this American shit. Shit, I came out with We Are the World, and this is the thanks I get. I put USA for Africa, and this is the thanks I get. So now I think it's interesting that Michael Jackson could be around all of those little boys, never any little girls. I mean, I always thought that was a thing of note. Like there were never any little girls in his circle, only little boys. He claimed that he was so concerned about children, but not little girls. Not little girls. Wasn't no little girl saying that they slept with Michael Jackson. And I don't mean sexually slept with him. I mean actually slept in his bed. Michael Jackson said sharing your bed with a young person, with a child, is one of the most. Man, Mike was tripping. He pretty much put himself right there in the pedophile category, right there in the crosshairs. He left very little room for doubt. But his whole thing was, I ain't do it though. Yes, I love children, and I be looking out, and I've even built a whole house dedicated to nothing but what children would like. A whole amusement park that would do nothing but attract children, no grown-ups. But no, I would never do anything like that. No. But we look at a person like Jay-Z who would, who some might say definitely looks like somebody who would do something like that. I don't know. Sometimes when it comes down to the people who we like, or the people that we respect, or the people that we really don't want to see do bad, the people that we really want to see win, maybe we defend them baselessly. Shoot, for all we know, remember with Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston, everybody thought Bobby Brown had turned Whitney Houston out. Remember? Everybody was blaming Bobby Brown for Whitney being turned out and strung out and all of that. Come to find out, she was fucking around heavy before Bobby Brown. So it was a match made in heaven. Or hell, depending on how you look at it. But I'm only talking about these things because you never know. There's some things you just can't tell by looking. The image consciousness of these celebrities doesn't allow you to always know what their true motives are. You just don't know. Good point, Debo. Says that Borges, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to imagine that at least a small amount of these cases to be high levels of blackmail. Mandrake says, for real, Jeff. They have power. They have eventually grown tired of vanilla things. Okay. Edgardo says, after he passed, the narrative changed. But there was a lot of evidence that came out after he passed that I've heard that really pointed to his innocence. But funny how that comes out after you're gone. Man, if I ever got accused of any old shit like that, believe me, even if I'm past this part of my life, I'm coming back to this part like, look, I'll be, y'all know how I get down. I wouldn't do that shit. And anything y'all want to ask me, y'all can ask me right here. On the record, off the record, however it go. But that's because I would probably never be involved in none of that fuck shit. But like I was telling y'all earlier, sometimes you're close to a situation, even though you're not the one who did it. And you might not be willing to involve other people who may have been there as witnesses also. So it can make you look suspect. It can make you look like you were involved. Mandrick says, I'm just saying, Tommy Wright or Princess Loco never had any allegations thrown at them, and they were poor artists. Dave says, I agree with Mandrake. You never know. He never really seemed like he was all over his wife. He was all over his wife. Okay. Info Spot says, like Cowboy fans, you just don't know. Be careful around them. Them goddamn Cowboy fans. Oh boy, aren't they feeling remorseful tonight? It's so sad. I was so happy for Joe Burrow. I was like, it's so sad. It's so sad. Debo says, I was going to say the same thing, Mandrake. The hardcore gangster rappers never had any of these allegations. Project Pat, Tommy Wright, Koopsta, Lord, Infamous. No, some of them have. Everything don't always come out. Plenty of gangster rappers have had. Dave Figueroa says, question is, since I'm late to the show, what do you think about Jay-Z's involvement since he was close to Diddy? Well, we was talking about that. And my opinion is I'm not willing to say that somebody like Jay-Z and Diddy aren't homeboys. They didn't grow up with each other. They didn't grow up around each other. They were colleagues. So I'm not willing to say that Jay-Z does the same thing as Diddy does. Diddy threw a lot of parties and invited a lot of people. Now, was he the spectacle or was everybody willing participants? I'm not sure if I'm ready to go with the whole birds of a feather flock together thing. Shit, when you talk about Jay-Z, remember Jay-Z canceled a whole tour because R. Kelly was a little too reckless with the young girls. Jay-Z canceled that tour like, yo, man, this boy crazy. He too much with it. So what are we saying? Jay-Z just didn't like the way that R. Kelly was so open with it. He didn't like his freaky, illicit, pedophile transparency. Is that what we saying? Is it? I don't know. There are a lot of things. There are a lot of things that point to him being a bad guy. There's some things that might make you say, I don't know, son. Maybe not. Not sure. Just not sure. Chef Guapo says, I definitely don't get invested in being fans of the celebrity. Just a person that appreciates the art presented to us, not follow their bogus ass way of life and advice. I can dig it. SPM, most notoriously in the Chicago rap game. He was a sick puppy. Yeah, there have definitely been gangster rappers, so-called gangster rappers or hardcore rappers, whatever, who have been on some. Everybody ain't a high-profile case, and honestly, some people just get paid off and they stay off because they never really blow. Bridget says, blackmail over a crime of this nature? Hell no. Hell no. Police on them? Jeff says, man, chat somebody else. Please call into OG son for some discourse. man, Drake said, it's just because there's so many of them. Some underground rappers are going to be freaks, but that's because there's so many of them. Why is it 80% of these big industry rappers who have allegations? Dave Figueroa says, the question is, did he cancel the concert before the heat was on R. Kelly or after? Actually, it was before. Now, R. Kelly had the thing going on that he had beat. Remember when they had the tapes, the R. Kelly tapes, with him peeing on the girl and all of that? He beat that. And then, his image came back, started to improve. He came up with I Believe I Can Fly. And it was like everybody just forgot or swept it under the rug in the public eye about his prior allegations and all of that. So then when they had the Best of Both Worlds tour with him and Jay-Z canceled that tour. They couldn't get along. They didn't get along very well. And, they say that a lot of people were saying, people from both of their camps were saying that they didn't get along because they disagreed on a lot of R. Kelly's conduct during the tour. Like, you doing too much. With the young girls, you doing too much. And Jay-Z may have, felt that heat. Like, the more tour dates we do with this dude, the more likely that we're gonna be looked at as somebody who does what he do. So we gonna get on up out of here. Jen Ramirez says, didn't Jay-Z's people beat up R. Kelly at that event? That's what I hear. Allegedly. There was some fisticuffs. Allegedly, there was some fisticuffs. He said, yeah, Jen, it was some type of tension in which had R. Kelly ass scared to death. Well, Jay-Z stabbed Rivera. Remember that? Remember, it was looking bad for Jay-Z around 1999. Remember, he stabbed the boy poked him. He even admitted he did it. He poked him up a little bit. That's what he get for fucking with me. Marcy, son. Chicka. All right. Mandrake says, the only reason I ain't calling in is because my accent is so white, even as someone who's mixed. It don't matter. Kumar Kabdi says, name one black celebrity that hasn't been to jail at the end. I'm not even sure how to handle that. I can name plenty, but like, damn, man, that's some stereotypical racial profiling. Like, really, dude? All right. I don't know. I don't want to take that the wrong way. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about that? They said R. Kelly had bitches in the clubs with tennis shoes on, not heels. That Big Sean. Oh, Pimp C said it. Yeah, Pimp C was. Yeah, they had to get rid of Pimp C. Rest in peace, Pimp C. Debo says Pimp C exposed them for For sure. They killed him for it. Yeah, they definitely they had to get Pimp C out of the way. He came home from jail and was tripping on him. He was going in hard. Jeff Guapo says Lawrence Fishburne. I mean, honestly, most black celebrities have not been to jail. Most of them. It's just that the ones who have been to jail stick out. Now, we're talking about Jay-Z tonight. Jay-Z has not been to prison. Now, if you're thinking that that's going to be his fate, and I don't think it will be. And I'm glad we talking about that. Because these are not criminal allegations being waged against Jay-Z. We need to understand that, y'all. These are all civil lawsuits. They want money. They don't want nobody doing no time. So no matter what, he's not going to jail for this. There won't be any jail time. This is not a criminal case. So make sure y'all understand that. They want money. This is a civil case. So Puffy is already locked up, but this case has to do with money. Somebody want to get paid. This is not a criminal case. And Jay-Z brought that up. He said, well, if it happened this way and it was this bad, why don't y'all file a criminal case also? Because now you have to start getting witnesses together and all of this. See, in a criminal case is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. In a civil case, it's preponderance of evidence. So you can get cased up on some old, it's more likely that you did it than you didn't do it. Yes, Mandre says, yeah, for real, it being a civil case puts some doubt in my mind. But Jay-Z did say that. He said, well, if y'all really think I did this and I hurt you, why don't you, there's no statute of limitations on this. Go ahead. File a motion. Make it a criminal case too. So you bring a different kind of heat on you when it comes to that. Because see, whoever the accuser is going to have to, like the alleged or the defendant will have a chance to confront his accuser. And so it can get a little dark. We have a call on the line. Yes, we do. Caller with the last numbers 9843. Thank you for holding. What's up? What's going on? What's on your mind tonight? How you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. How are you?
Feeling like a real man should.
I'm gonna be quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be quick. What I think about the celebrities, especially from Michael, Bill Cosby, all of them. You know what? I don't understand something. Now, the things that they have done or accused of doing, it involves young ladies.
Mm-hmm.
They all have daughters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't understand it. And I'm like, hey, I believe some of it's true, And then just like with Michael Jackson, it was just always boys. It does look bad.
Mm-hmm.
But at any rate, it's between them and God. God knows. But it's just, it's sad. It's sad. You get there and you do good for yourself. And you could do good for other people besides the things that they're accusing you of doing. But yet, you choose the route that you took,
Mm-hmm.
R. Kelly, P. Diddy, Michael Jackson, and Bill Cosby. I don't understand it. But anyway, I hope everything works out. But it's a very ugly look, And
it is.
I mean, it's bad for them as black men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need all our strong black men. Yeah. So anyway, I'm not going on with you, but getting ready to go to bed. Enjoyed the show. Okay.
Well, thank you. I always appreciate you calling in. Never hesitate to do so. You have a good night.
Okay. All right. You too.
All right.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Peace. Good stuff right there. So yeah. Yeah, no criminal charges. Now this the alleged victim father was involved. What dad do you know would allow something like this to happen to their daughters, and they either not rolling with the gat themselves, or they don't want the assailant locked up? I know. Listen, if it was my daughter, either I'm going to handle it on, from the street view, or the law is getting involved. But we ain't just going for no money, because that ain't going to do it. They getting locked up, and we going to get money. But not just get money. Like, you've been suffering allegedly for 24 years. 24 years easily. And now all of a sudden, so some money is supposed to make your pain go away, the nightmares, the PTSD. I don't see how that works. So Jeff Guapo says, why the father not in prison? Why should he be? He didn't do anything, but I'm saying he didn't protect his daughter, or suggest he didn't go after the people who hurt her. Debo says, told you I wouldn't be surprised if those parents sold their kids. Yeah, you never know. What people do for a couple of dollars, man, it's crazy. We have another call on the line. Caller with the last numbers 5173. Wait a minute. There you go. What's good? How you feeling?
What up, dogs?
Man, feeling like a real man should. Huh?
This is Jazz. I don't know if you remember me.
I remember you. You one of my favorites. Okay. Even though you a hater. It's all good.
Well,
go ahead, Jersey. Talk your shit.
Nothing. I'm going to be honest with you, right? I remember people turning a blind eye, right? I just put this in the chat. I remember people turning a blind eye to guys dating younger women. 90 seconds. Mm-hmm. I don't know if this is like new to you. Do you know that?
It ain't new to shit. This has been going on since the beginning of time.
Yeah. But like whatever the fuck it is, everybody has amnesia.
No, they don't have amnesia, but you know one thing you have to take into consideration is that now we have the internet. And the internet 60 seconds. The internet has given people a different view than they had before. So whereas before you only knew about what was going on in your immediate circle, or your neighborhood, or your city, or something like that, now you know what's going on in other places of the world. You got to think these celebrities didn't always, they weren't as visible as they are now. With them, with the internet, with social media and stuff like that, you feel like you can connect to them. You can write directly to them. Remember back in the 80s and before then, or the 90s and before then, they used to get fan mail. Remember how all the celebrities would talk about the fan mail that they get? People actually had to take time. Mm-hmm. My bad. See, now they just send them a DM. Now they just send them an email. Now they can actually get to them. They didn't read that damn fan mail when it came in. They had somebody else to read it and reply to it and all of that kind of stuff. They had to have a person designated to that. Now you feel like you can talk directly to whoever the celebrity is. Sometimes you can. Sometimes you actually can. There are celebrities out here who control their social media accounts, and they actually connect directly with their audience, with their supporters, with their fans. But I'm only saying all of this to say this. Before, we didn't have such a big view of things that were going on around us, and now we do. So it gives us a different perspective of things being worse now. It's the same thing, whether we're talking about sexual assault, or whether we're talking about violence, whether we're talking about theft, all of these different crimes. You didn't know who robbed who, three or four counties over. We didn't have any way of really knowing that before. You know what I mean? Now we have different ways of getting a lot of different information. So it makes us think that things are more severe now. But yeah, you remember, and I remember.
These people, yeah. But like, it's hilarious. Like, oh yeah, I'm a good person. Let me bring this shit up now. Like, what the fuck? You saw it.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Look, they saw it, and I saw it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Oh shit, I forgot. Let me be a good person. Like, you big face, you fucking saw it. You know what I mean? I didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
No, you're not. And I mean, it's true. Listen, where I grew up at, I saw a lot of this mess. A lot of the older young guys would be interested in these little young girls, basically waiting until they graduated 8th grade. Because by the time they got to high school, they was fair game.
Bro, I remember 25-year-olds chilling in front of my grammar school and my high school.
Grammar school, though? Grammar school, really?
Scooping them up in the, they'd have a car or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's how I remember it. And then, like, people bringing it up now, so stupid. It's fucking retarded, in my opinion. But
well, no, I mean, you ain't far from the truth. Even if you ain't standing right on it, you ain't far from it. It's close. It's close by. But yeah, but a lot of people act like, things weren't happening the way that they are nowadays. But yeah, we all got a little taste of the base. We all did. But, nonetheless, one of the differences between when we may have seen all of this questionable or unethical behavior going on with minors and young adults, they weren't suing. They weren't getting sued. They weren't laws. They weren't cases. There wasn't money involved. There wasn't. The most money that somebody might have had was a new car or a gold chain or something. You know what I mean? Now we're talking about life-changing money that you can get from somebody on a lie, if you can prove it, or if you can see it through some kind of way. So there's a lot at stake, a lot.
Yeah. When it comes to like, what about like Conor McGregor? Right? You know about his recent shit?
No. What do he do now?
Well, whatever the case it is, he goes to a club. You know what I mean? He gets with this girl, and now it's fucking rape, right? This guy is a super duper star, and I'll condemn the right person, right? But him in particular, I'm like, well, I kind of don't believe it. I think a girl just, you know what I mean, like wanted to fuck with him and then like wanted to sue him later. That's how I did. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's some cases where I go, get the fuck out of here. And this guy can, whatever the case it is, can have them sign, what's that called?
Non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah. You can get pussy all day. They could be young, beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And then, whatever the case it is, this bitch. You know what I mean? Like, steps out of nowhere. And yeah, I kind of don't believe it. You can have endless, beautiful young pussy all day. And then, I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Listen, man, one thing we can't make somebody do is want what we want for them. They got to want it for themselves. And evidently they want what they want. But this this quasi pedophilia thing been going on for a long time, man. I just put a couple of names in the chat. Remember how popular Rob Lowe was in the 80s? Well, he had to take a look.
Wait. Rob
Rob Lowe, he was what movie? He used to be in some of those teenage flicks that came out in the 80s, you know, like the what was he in? He was like a heartthrob. He was a heartthrob in the 80s.
Oh yeah. And he had a sex tape with a like a 16-year-old.
Yeah. Did him in for a while. Did him in. Yeah. And you got Woody Allen, you know what I mean, marrying his damn adopted daughter and shit. What we doing?
Wow.
You know, Seinfeld. Yep. Seinfeld definitely like him young. He like him young. Oh yeah, Seinfeld. Yeah, Jerry nasty.
No way.
Yes, Jerry. Look him up. Yeah, I mean, listen.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Jerry like him. Jerry like him young. I always wondered, really, did he think that was going to catch up with him, which might have been his real motivation for not taking all of that money that they was offering him to do another season. Remember, they were going to give him $5 million an episode.
No way.
That was unbelievable money for 1998. He said, no, I think, you know what I mean? I just wonder if he turned it down because he knew, like, yo, once I take that money and they find out about this little young chick that I'm smutting over here, it might get dark for Seinfeld. You know what I mean? I might mess it up for everybody.
Maybe. But then again, no, I hate to do this, but I am Palestinian, so I can do this shit. But whatever the case it is, he's Jewish. I think he could have got away with it.
Well, they don't always get it's stereotypical as you know what, you gotta chill. But they well, Harvey Weinstein did kind of reign victorious in the end, didn't he?
I mean, wait.
You gotta chill.
No, not for nothing. Weinstein got away with being 70 years old. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He wouldn't do everything.
I mean, but his
deathbed is around the corner. Dad. Oh, you caught me at 70 and I fucked all them bitches. Oh,
hey, I mean, and at the end, it was looking dark for him, and you know, during the case and all of that, and it got bad for him. But in the end, he won. Him.
Wait. What, is he in jail or no?
No. He beat in the end. In jail? No, he's not in jail at all. Yeah, he waited the storm out. He weathered the storm, and he got exonerated. You know what I mean? He won.
There you go.
Yeah, well, yeah. But he had to go through it first.
Even if they put him in jail, he's an old man. He got his way. He did everything he wanted to do for almost a lifetime. You feel me? Like, what the fuck? Like, even if he went to jail, and he still didn't go to jail, but what's it matter when the guy is fucking 70 years old?
Shit. If he healthy enough to make it to 100, if he's healthy enough to make it to 100, shit, that's a hurt piece. Like, shit, you see. I mean, you could have said the same thing about Bill Cosby. He got locked up when he was like 80, 81. So, you know, but shit, he got out.
I still see that he got away with it.
Hey, he's still here. He's still here. So, you know, you can't count him out until it ain't over till it's over. You know what I mean? Lenny Kravitz. All right, man, it's 4:00. We got to get on up out of here. We already in overtime. Okay. I ain't know. All right, let's get on up out of here, man.
I figured you're probably going to bed, old ass.
Yeah, that's right. 4:00 in the morning going to bed. I know, man. You know what I mean? That must be like 80. You know? Who goes to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning? Who does that?
No. I'm just fucking with you.
I know it's all good. Listen, man, you can say whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't gonna hurt. I get it now. I totally get it.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a nerve to have another call on the line. Fuck it. Let's see what they got to say real quick. Caller with the last number is 8043. Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. What's on your mind real quick? What's good?
I'm coming through?
Yeah,
you hear me?
You're there, loud and clear.
Yeah, it's Mandrake. It's Mandrake.
Hey, what's up, man?
I'm doing good. So like earlier we're talking about like rich people being freaks.
Yeah.
You think poor people are like more poor people are freaks? Like
hell yeah, yeah. I think poor people are way freakier than rich people. They're more. There's too many poor. There's too many poor. They gonna win on sheer numbers. You know what I mean? It ain't that many rich people. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Look, it's so little rich people. We picking them out by hand and shit. We picking them up by hand. Like he's a freak. He's a freak. He's a freak.
Though, right? Like there's so many. It's like 80% of the rich people are freaks. Like, and only 20% of the poor people are. Of course, there's still going to be like more poor freaks, but I think it's kind of about like the averages, you know.
The rich,
a lot of fucked up shit.
Wait, the rich make up only 1%. So you got 90.
No, I mean like how many of them are freaks? Like how many of them, like what percentage of them are freaks?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you only have 1% of the population, even if they are 100% freaks, they still gonna get their ass bust by the amount of freaks that there are in the 99%. They ain't got a chance.
But then there's still like more people who are poor who are not freaks. So like doing like the class evaluation, when you look at the classes, I think that supporting, poor people simply because they're less freaky is like it's a good outcome, you know. They might have more freaks, but there's still more of them who aren't freaks, you know.
Yeah, you might be right about that, but I venture to say that all right, out of the 1%, I would say, let's say 50%. I'm going to be nice. 50% of the 1% are freaks, right? Now, out of the 99%, I would say that at least, I want to say 30% are freaks. Now, who's gonna measure what being a freak is? Because I say freakiness is in the mind, not in the body. I don't think that being a freak is in the act. I think it's in the mind. I think you conceive of what a freak is. Because somebody might just talk about sex all day in such a nasty and dark way that it makes you feel like, yo, they're a real freak, but they haven't done anything. All they did was talk. You understand what I'm saying? So if you look at
that's a poor person. That's a poor person.
That's what, like I said, being a freak is in the mind. So like
no. But if these poor people did have money, they'd fucking freak out.
Freak out in what kind of way? Sexually? Shit,
I think having money is the thing that like changes them. Like they have so much power. You experience it all. You're gonna go to like more extreme things, right? I think there's like a component of being rich that just like it destroys your spirit. It like makes you it decays you as a person. Like a lot of rich people, they'll become rich and then they'll become more hedonistic. They'll start acting weird. And when I think of like being a freak, I don't think it's just like the amount of sex you have. I think it's like sexual deviancy, right? Like how far off from like the norm you are. Maybe not in like the amount of sex you want to have, but like what kind of sex?
Exactly. That's why I say it's in the mind.
So for like sexual pleasure,
Man,
I guarantee the rich do that more. Like the average rich person, like take 5 rich people, 5 poor people. I think those rich people would still be more inclined towards that.
I don't know. All I know is I be hearing about rich people paying for dumb shit. Like, I'll give you $2,000 to walk on my back barefoot or with some heels on. I'm like, that ain't no freaky shit. You wasting money, you dumbass. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear about the poor people doing that shit. They pay $2,000. They gonna fuck you for 2 weeks straight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
You could be getting so much more from that, yeah.
Well, you brought up sexual deviance. Now, who goes to jail more for sexual deviance? The poor or the rich?
Well, the rich people have the power, and there's just more poor people. Of course, like the statistical bias there is going to be like against poor people, but like the same thing happens with black people. Like black people aren't any more like inclined to be criminals. There is no like biological function within black people that makes them criminals. It's just the social conditions that they're experiencing. It predetermines like what else are they going to do, and I obviously it's incomparable because
no, you're right. Poverty and lack of education leads to criminal behavior because it limits your options that you have to be able to sustain a decent income and be able to rate take care of your family. But a lot of black people are freaky too. How do you explain that?
I was about to say that. Now, I'll speak for Arab dudes. Arab dudes are mad freaky.
They are. They really are. They really are. Yeah.
All right. So, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what? I think we're acting like we don't know shit. Like what? Men are horny all the fucking time? What the fuck? Yeah, the fuck we are.
Well, women are horny too.
Sure, but compared to us, the fuck out of here.
Listen, man. Any woman who wears every woman I've met has been like a massive freak. Exactly. I'm saying that now. Exactly. The average woman I've met, like, they are freaky, especially the upper middle class ones, especially Latinas. I'm saying now, women are more freaky. I'm saying if she wears glasses or if she paints her nails, hold on. Or if she wears socks, granted, or if she wears a bra, or if she. I'm sorry. What were y'all saying?
No. You consider women like okay. I've met freaky women, but I'm saying you consider women freakier than men.
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
The reason women are often way more freakier and sexual than men is because they read a lot. Women get involved in sexual in fantasy a lot. So remember, before the internet, they would be reading them Harlequin romance shit. You know what I mean? They would be reading that shit. You know, like they would read a lot of. You know,
men will read some insane stuff like with like bondage and like.
No, a lot of men ain't read shit. Men were buying magazines. Women were reading. Men were looking at the pictures. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like men want to get off to those
women consider so many guys invisible. They don't look at any like you have to woo them to get the freak out.
No, you don't.
Yes or no?
No.
What?
Mm-mm. All you have to do is all that has to happen for a woman to show her freak with you is you have to make her feel safe, because they are very image conscious. So once they realize that it's not going to go any farther than you and them, they'll let you do anything to them.
No,
women are very freaked out. They can't really say the shit that they're into.
Oh, my bad.
See, the internet got so many of these exhibitionist women out here that it's clouding our judgment, thinking that women just want to be seen all the time. But the freakiest ones are the ones who keep their clothes on, to dress modestly and all of that. You get them by themselves, though. You get them by themselves.
I don't know. I think the majority of men are ignored, right? And then you in particular, right? You fit a certain standard, right? Your certain your charisma, blah blah blah, certain height, certain masculinity, and this and that and the third. She still ignored fucking 99% of the dudes. You know what I mean? Maybe you got her out of her drawers and all that other shit. You know what I mean? And like, oh my gosh, she sucked my dick 3 times today. Blah blah blah. You got that all. The other fucking 80 or 90% didn't get that shit.
Bro, I weigh like 300 pounds. I'm like, I women are desperate, like genuinely. All you have to do is just treat them like people, and then they'll basically just completely open up. Women are insanely desperate, and God bless them, but it's actually kind of bad when you look at it. Women, when you just treat women normally, they'll fucking go like they'll go the extra mile. They'll go an extra 500 miles. It's insane.
If you don't mind me asking, how tall are you? How tall are you?
How tall? I'm 6 foot.
6 foot. 6 foot, 300 pounds.
Yep.
And you're getting endless pussy. The biggest freaks.
Yeah, consistently. I've known women who are freaks. Yeah.
All right, no.
It also might be because I'm from like the shit sack of Florida. I'm from Freaksville, so that there might be that bias there, being a Florida boy,
All right, fine.
All right, y'all. All right, we got to get on about here. Listen, Mandrake, I appreciate you calling in, man. That's a good look. Please don't hesitate to do it again. You know what I mean? This is good stuff. So we'll be back tomorrow, 2:00. Y'all know what it is. We'll be on to the next thing. It's gonna be something dope though. So
okay, yeah. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right, man.
Appreciate it,
You have a good night.
All right.
Everyone take care. Everyone.
Without a doubt.
See you tomorrow.
All right. Good stuff right there, y'all. All right. We gotta do these birthday shout outs and get out of here. Yo, my man Debo Harson, he said his wife still reads those damn sex. Come on, man. Come on. Men be thinking, women be real with it. They be real with they insatiable type of, man, let's go. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious December 9th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number 1 out the box, Danny Bakor. Happy birthday to you. And also my brother-in-law's brother, Doug Hatcher. So I guess that makes him my brother-in-law. And also Linda Lawson, happy birthday to you. And Gerald Bowling, I'm sorry. Happy birthday. And my girl, Jennifer Fleming, happy birthday. And Christy All, happy birthday. And my girl, Gina Marie, and she's raising money for the Philadelphia Youth Network Incorporated. Do the damn thing. And also Shavara Reed, happy birthday to you. Bobby Benjamin and Babby Benjamin, and she's raising money for the fundraiser for National Kidney Foundation. And Akeisha Bellamy. And last but not least, Wayne Carter. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious December 9th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out. Rock on and do the jam to damn to rock out. Rock on and do the damn rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and go hard, go for yours. And they say, yo, one goes with the other. Yo, birds of a feather, y'all rock together. I don't know if you can be guilty by association, but Cat's gonna say it, and you gotta play it like you know that you are. If you feel like you're innocent, you gotta shine like a star. And if you don't, then people not gonna believe. They already have these preconceived notions. So the motions that you make, for God's sake, they might take you out, drag you through a murky lake, and have you have all this kind of stuff hanging on you, and you ain't do shit, but you was accused of it. I don't know if Diddy did it. He did something. Can't say exactly what, but he took some butt. I don't know if Jay-Z is the one. I don't know if he did the same shit that Diddy did, but hold up, son. Yo, you are innocent and proved until proven guilty. And I don't mean a court of opinion won't see you. But, yo, you gotta do what you gotta do. I hope these allegations are not true. I hate to see another black man suffer, because I see this shit every day, and I had enough of all of these things that people want to say. I ain't saying they all lying, but it seems like somebody trying to make sure that as you rise above, they want to take away from all of the people who love you like you was something, a symbol of success, and you was still successful, but you got to deal with that mess, because with the money, more money equals more problems, and you won't always have somebody out there to solve them. On TV, a lawyer takes care of everything. You're going to have your work in Alaska, my friend. Well, in real life, you gotta go through the trials and tribulations, and the more money you make, the more you got frustration. But that don't mean that because you're poor and you don't have a lot, you ain't gonna go through this whole shit like you getting shot. It's like being in a gang. You got rival gangs, they run it through, and they trying to spray shots at you. They saw you, boom, bam, bam. That's the other one. Make sure you fill up these bullets all up in your gun, and I'ma make sure I knock it down like dominoes, and they coming through you. And that's the way it goes. I say the flows that are coming. Yeah, we might be slumming, bumming on the street. That doesn't mean that we can't compete. We gotta rise above and do a little better. And if we don't do that shit and let these suckers, I ain't letting nobody be lying. Maybe they doing something. Maybe they just trying. It seems a little suspect that she don't want them locked. Y'all only want the money, and he took the cut. Yo, what we doing, son? Hey, yo, what we doing? What we doing? Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night with another Daily Go-Gettemism show, 2 a.m. in the morning. Let this be your late night spot, because we here. Every night we're here. We will be here, 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I can now disrobe. No Diddy, no Freaky. I can take the uniform off of you. Thanks for rocking the cow bones. Thanks for coming on through. Remember, hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, 2 o'clock tomorrow morning, we'll be right. I guess it is 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning, we'll be right back at it. Blog Talk, we gonna get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. Peace, y'all. One love. Have a good night. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. Peace. Be down with the crew.